The power of an hour on a stage. You see, I called that man. I said, Daryl, why aren't you sharing this message with everybody across the world? And here's what he said. I'm trying this, and I'm trying this, and I'm trying this, and I'm trying this, and I'm trying this. All these great ideas, what I call bright, shiny object syndrome. I said, why aren't you getting on stages and doing the same thing you did in Hereford? And he said, I don't know how. I said, Daryl, if you will just begin to provide content and value on a stage in front of your ideal buyers, watch what begins to happen. And I was a young, naive, 23-year-old kid that wanted to go figure out how to do that for him. I've now done it for 16 years, and I'm turning 40 next week on August 16th. Or is that this week? Sometime. I'm getting old. There's no rookie to me. I'm a veteran in this. And I have now, my team has now directly out of our offices booked 25,000 offline stages and tens of thousands of online stages all across the world that have helped generate 9 figures in products and services because of what I like to call the 1-hour launch from a stage. You don't need 5 days or 5 months or 10 months, you need 1 hour on the right stage. And so today, it's not about the stage. It's about making sure that when you're on stage, people go deeper with you in your products and services. That's what it's about. And so what I want to teach you, and here's some of the stages we're responsible for. I booked the White House, we booked Oprah, we booked thousands of local stages, thousands of national stages. There's people in here, all you need to be on is stages in your backyard. And there's others of you that I know that you need to be on national stages. But regardless, today, I want you to see the power of actually using stages and speaking to grow your business. That's what I want you to see. And so here's some amazing testimonies. The guy in the the far left is a man here from Austin, Texas, Ryan Geis. He said, I have so much respect for Pete's energy to help people. But here's the one I love the most, Gary Ryan Blair. If you're thinking about growing your platform exponentially, it's not this is the guy that can do it. This is the methodology that can do it. It's not about Pete. It's about the methodology that Pete and his team has really established over the last 16 years. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. I want to talk about 3 critical things. And you've made a commitment. You made a commitment that you'll do how many of them when you leave here?
1.
How many?
1.
So I'm going to teach on all 3. And then I want you to make a commitment at the very end of which one that you're actually going to focus on. Cool?
Yeah.
I'm going to have everybody raise their hand at the end, even those that haven't raised it all weekend long, just to tell me which one you're committing to, because I want to see what this audience needs the most, because we're going to continue to support this community. We're committed to this community, and I want to know which of these 3 areas that you need the most. So here we go. First critical step, the power of the storyboard. And I love to be on the floor. I know it's not ideal for the camera guys, but I love to be on the floor. The importance, the power of the storyboard. You need 1 great signature talk in your business. 1. And when you have 1 incredible talk in your business, you can be on a one-on-one conversation, you can be in a webinar conversation, you can be on a podcast, or you can be on a stage. But 1 talk and doing 1 talk correctly structured will absolutely be the greatest marketing tool for everybody in this room. I'm starting here because this is what Brian wants me to spend the most of my time on, is this 1 piece. And so 1 great signature talk. And so I want to give you the framework. I'm just telling you the old school way of doing talks and how people, even webinars. You're not seeing conversions on stages, on webinars, on podcasts like you used to, because people are sick and tired of feeling sold to. They want to connect with you. And when they connect with you, they're going to open up their minds. And when they open up their minds and you actually provide value, they will say, so where do I sign? And I'm going to give you case study after case study. But how do you design an incredible signature talk that will serve for every one-to-one and one-to-many conversation that you have? And here's the framework. It is a framework. It is not a formula. Find yourself in this framework. Part 1 is the heart. The first piece on any webinar, or any stage or anything that you want to do is connect with the human. Human connection is so critical. How did I connect with you today? What was the thing that I showed you right out of the gates? Family. How many of you have kids in this room? Human connection. You know, our friend Marie Forleo, she comes out and she connects by dancing. My buddy Keith Yackey, he comes out by connecting with jokes. You saw how Pat Flynn connected with you today. Like connection, human connection. And then the other piece of this opening heart that you want to do, and this should take about 10 minutes when you're doing a 60-minute talk, but I've got the percentages down there because sometimes you're giving a 60-minute talk, sometimes you're giving a 15-minute podcast. This varies. But here's what I want you to know. In this first part, it's not just about human connection. People want to see that you're ordinary and extraordinary. And I want to tell you what, if you leave either one of those out, you will see them you'll see them shut down in this first part of the section. And if you start with the extraordinary, that will also make them guard and shut down as well. They want to know that you walked in their shoes. You're ordinary just like them. What was that?
Thunder.
Wow. All right. I want to get back. Hey, so they want to know that you're ordinary, but then they want to also know that you're extraordinary because you have now set the path of where you're going to take them when you teach them. For those that got it, I saw a lot of heads nodding. For those that got that, you've now created a gap in their life, in their business, in their finances, in their health, in whatever it is. But they know that you've walked with them, but they know that you're here. That is the critical step of the story brain right here. The second piece is the head. The second piece is the head. It's the 3 to 5 critical steps that you're now going to teach them. And here's a little insider secret. These 3 to 5 critical steps should also align with whatever your product suite is. So I was just with a lot of health and wellness, like entrepreneurs the last 2 days. I have lots of people who do a lot of products in the health and wellness arena. So when we're teaching people to teach here what aligns with the way that they can work with your offerings on the back end. You want it to be in alignment. So teach 3 to 5 critical steps. That's it. Not 7, not 10, not the 14 ways, 3 to 5. How many am I teaching today? 3. And you know that. And that you feel like you can consume that. So teach 3 to 5. Now here's what I want you to know. You know your content. Make sure that with each one of those critical steps, you either drive it home with a story, which impacts the right brain learner in the audience, or you drive it home with data, case study, or facts, which drives home the left brain learner in the audience. Don't go teach 3 critical steps and make them all reinforced with the story, because then you're leaving I'm going to give you data and case studies today, because that left brain learner needs to know that. The third piece is the hands, the call to action. Now listen, when you deliver a talk, I want you to do 2 things. You've now opened up their hearts. Their hearts are open. And they're connected with you. Their minds are listening to the content that you're delivering to them. Now their hands need to take action. 2 things I want you to do. Number 1 is I want you to get them a quick win in their life that they could do in 10 minutes when they leave these doors. At the end today, I'm going to get you, for anybody that's serious about getting on a stage, I'm going to show you a simple formula that you could go win a stage when you leave these doors. And at almost every audience I speak to, there's people who take us up on that and leave the doors and make it happen. Online or offline stage. So get them a quick win. Because when you get them a quick win and they get a quick win in their life right away, they're like, man, if they got me that quick win in 10 minutes, what happens if I work with them? And the other thing that you want to do for all of the analytical people in the room, this is important, you want to give away a free gift from stage. Most stages, not all stages, most stages allow that. They will allow you to give away a free gift. Yesterday, there were 106 people in our session, And by the way, we're going to give you a free gift. I'm giving it to Brian, so you'll get a free gift. But yesterday, we were at 106 people in a session. Remember those numbers. Remember those numbers. We gave a free gift away that was valuable for them. Not some BS gift. Not like my slides or a big long book. I know lots of people will tell you to do that. We give them a gift that they can consume in 10 minutes that makes you look genius. Like, wow, that's amazing. Whatever that is. 4 things they can do in their health in the next 72 hours to really get a leg up in energy or whatever. Like, that is the free gift. Because when you give a free gift away, you will capture 80% of the audience's information, and that opt-in, that's 15 years of data, that opt-in is greater than, I was with a guy named Jeff Walker, who's like a big launch guy, and Jeff Walker said, Pete, the opt-in from a live stage is at least 10 times better than any opt-in from online. And so that is important, is to capture the information. And then the last piece is you close this all out with the heart. You close it all out. You bring it all home. People ask me, do I have to close the loop on my opening story? You can. Or can I tell a different story? You can. But I want you to drive everything home by closing with the heart. That reinforces everything that you just taught. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, when you do this well, you will begin to see people convert and want to work with you in your highest leverage programs, your services, your products. This is how we do our webinars. This is how we do our podcasts. This is how we do our stages. And we see 22% conversion rate this year across the board by using that framework. And our clients do too. This is Chris Smith. Chris Smith used his framework. He went onto a stage for the first time. He had a $6,000 offering. That's important because not all of you have different offerings. He used this framework and he sold $200,000 worth of consulting services by using the Story Break framework. I was just with him. I was just on the phone with him. He did that 2 years ago. And it launched the campfire effect. This is a guy in Austin. He's a financial advisor. He was sitting in your chair 6 months ago. And he wasn't converting like he wanted to. He's now converting. His conversion rates have gone up 25% because of that framework. And so it is a framework that I want you to understand. Warren Buffett said, now you can improve your value by 50% just by learning communication skills and just by learning public speaking. I'm going to take it one step further. If you will implement the Story Break into your business, right away, your business will skyrocket in the next 12 months. It will skyrocket. Cool? Let's go to part 2. Point 2. Critical step number 2. Scaling. Actually, I want you to do something. The person next to you right now, on a scale of 1 to 10, I want you to tell the person next to you, this is a 30-second exercise, where would you rate yourself in that first area? On a scale of 1 to 10, tell the person right next to you. Rate yourself, both of you.
Yeah.
The first area,
Story Break? 7.
Okay.
Score of 1 to 10. 10, you are incredible with your talk, and 1, you're not great, according to what I just taught.